You probably think the airport starts paying attention to you when you hand over your passport. That is not true. I realized this on a completely normal travel day when I showed up early, coffee in hand, feeling relaxed, and still, somehow, ended up stuck in a slow-moving line while people who arrived later breezed past me. Nothing was wrong with my ticket, my bag, or my documents, yet things just felt off. In 2026, airports rely more on silent systems, behavior tracking, and pattern scoring than ever before, meaning decisions are already being made about you before security even sees your face. So keep watching, because a few small details most travelers overlook can quietly decide whether your next trip feels smooth and easy or frustrating and exhausting. 17. The clothes that quietly slow you down. What you wear to the airport is treated like data, not fashion. I once saw a man in front of me wearing a long hoodie, a thick chain, heavy boots, and a winter jacket for a short, warm weather flight. He did nothing wrong, yet the scanner flagged him twice. Loose layers, thick belts, metal shoes, corset tops, chains, heavy jackets, and layered hoodies create unclear scans. Clothing that does not match the destination climate also stands out. A big coat for a warm city breaks expectation. Security systems prefer clean shapes and clear outlines. Simple shirts, fitted pants, and light jackets move faster. Neutral colors help you blend in. At airports, boring clothes are efficient clothes. The goal is not comfort or style. The goal is passing without attention. 16. Why blending in beats standing out. Airports are built to move crowds quickly, not to admire individuality. I once watched a traveler wearing bright designer patterns and flashy accessories get stopped while everyone around them walked straight through. Standing out breaks patterns the system expects to see. Loud colors, extreme outfits, and dramatic accessories attract attention even when nothing is wrong. Behavior matters too. Loud phone calls, big gestures, rushing, and visible frustration make you noticeable fast. The smoothest travelers look average and act calm. Blending in does not mean dressing poorly or hiding personality. It means dressing normally for the environment you are in. Airports reward predictability because it keeps people moving without friction. When you look and act like everyone else, the system has no reason to slow you down. That alone saves time. 15. The moment airports start judging you. The airport starts evaluating you the moment you enter the terminal. Cameras track how you walk, where you pause, and how often you stop. I once noticed a woman repeatedly stopping near security to reorganize her bag. Within minutes, she was approached and delayed. Sudden stops, pacing, and hesitation signal uncertainty to the system. Airports are designed for flow, not confusion. Anyone who disrupts that flow gets noticed quickly. Walking calmly with purpose reduces attention immediately. You do not need to rush to look confident. Rushing often creates stress signals instead. Even constantly checking your phone can look uncertain. Knowing where you are going before you walk helps. The system prefers passengers who appear familiar with the environment. Confidence here means calm direction, not speed. Move steadily, and you move. 14. What your walk says about you. Your walk sends signals long before you speak. I once followed a traveler gripping his backpack tightly, adjusting his jacket every few steps, and looking around constantly. He was pulled aside while others passed. Tight posture, short steps, and stiff shoulders suggest stress. Airports are trained to notice instability because it slows operations. Relaxed shoulders, natural arm movement, and steady pace signal comfort. You do not need to look confident, just comfortable. Rushing creates more attention than walking calmly. Even if you feel nervous, slowing your movements helps. The airport responds to what it sees, not what you intend. When your body language says you belong, the system treats you like you do. This is why experienced travelers move slowly, breathe evenly, and let the crowd carry them forward quietly. 13. The real meaning of random check. Random selection often means quietly flagged. I once booked a one-way ticket the night before a flight and watched myself get pulled aside while my friend did not. Last-minute bookings, one-way tickets, unusual routes, and frequent solo travel raise questions. Behavior adds another layer. Nervous movements and visible tension increase attention. This does not mean guilt, it means uncertainty. Calling it random avoids arguments. The fastest way through is calm cooperation. Complaining or reacting emotionally adds new signals. Most secondary checks end quickly when passengers stay composed. The system wants answers, not conflict. Predictability restores flow, and flow is the airport's priority. That is why staying quiet, polite, and patient usually gets you cleared faster than trying to demand explanations in the moment from stressed staff nearby watching closely already. 12. How bags get flagged without warning. Once you check your bag, it enters a monitored system. I once packed electronics tightly wrapped in clothes and later noticed items shifted at arrival. Dense packing, unusual weight, cluttered electronics, or heavy wrapping can trigger inspection. Routes and travel history matter too. Your bag may be scanned multiple times without telling you. Packing neatly helps your bag move faster. Keep electronics visible. Avoid foil, plastic wrapping, or over-securing. The system wants clear images. Bags are not moving blindly. They are evaluated at every step. Clean packing reduces questions. The easier your bag is to understand, the fewer delays you face. Simple packing protects your time and lowers the chance of quiet inspections happening while you sit calmly at the gate, assuming everything is fine already without any warning given. 11. The truth about scanner alerts. Body scanners look for inconsistencies, not people. I once saw a traveler pulled aside because folded papers in a jacket pocket created an odd shape on the scan. Nothing illegal, just unclear. Layered clothes, liquids, thick fabric, wires, and hidden items often trigger alerts even when allowed. The system does not explain what it sees, it only asks for attention. That is where reactions matter. Calm cooperation shortens the process. Arguments stretch it out. Scanners are one layer, your behavior is another. When you stay relaxed, you avoid adding new signals that make things worse. Most alerts are harmless and clear quickly when passengers stay calm. The scanner reacts to shapes, security reacts to behavior. Give both less to worry about, and you usually move on without delay or unnecessary stress added. If these details are already changing how you think about flying, hit subscribe. We break down the quiet rules airports never explain, so every trip gets easier from here. 10. Why calm travelers move faster. Calm is one of the strongest tools you have at an airport. I once watched two delayed passengers at the same counter. One argued loudly and waved his arms. The other stood quietly and waited. The calm traveler was helped first. Stress changes posture, breathing, and movement patterns. Advanced systems and staff notice this instantly. Calm passengers appear predictable. Predictable passengers move faster. Even when delays happen, visible frustration creates more problems. Slow movements, relaxed hands, and steady breathing reduce attention. Calm does not mean passive, it means controlled. Airports reward passengers who do not add emotional weight to already stressful situations. When you stay calm, staff can focus on fixing the issue instead of managing reactions. Calm keeps things moving forward instead of pulling them backward and wasting time unnecessarily for everyone involved. 9. When your ticket raises questions. Boarding pass scans show more than just seat numbers and destinations. Fare type, booking method, and flexibility are often visible. During an overbooked flight, I watched a polite traveler quietly rebooked while others argued and lost options. Higher fare tickets often get priority, but behavior still matters. Calm communication signals experience and cooperation. Aggressive behavior removes flexibility fast. You cannot change your ticket at the counter, but you can change how staff respond to you. Politeness keeps doors open, complaints close them. Airports run on rules, but humans operate within those rules every day. How you speak, wait, and react often matters just as much as what you paid. Acting calm gives staff reasons to help instead of reasons to shut options down immediately. 8. The hidden cost of looking nervous. Nervousness costs time at airports more than people expect. I have seen travelers sweating, pacing, gripping bags, and breathing fast get extra screening without knowing why. Stress changes posture, movement, and breathing patterns that systems quietly notice. This does not mean wrongdoing. It signals instability in a controlled environment. Slow your breathing deliberately. Drop your shoulders, loosen your hands. Move with intention instead of rushing. Small, visible changes reduce attention fast. Many travelers fear delays, then accidentally create them by looking anxious. Calm behavior protects your time better than explanations ever will. Airports respond more to visible stress than quiet confidence. Even if you feel nervous inside, showing calm outside helps you pass unnoticed. You cannot control every system, but you can control what the system sees from your body. 7. What happens off camera? Private screening rooms are not punishment areas, even though they feel intimidating. I once saw a passenger escorted calmly away from a gate, then return 10 minutes later, boarding normally. These checks happen away from crowds to avoid scenes and panic. You may not be told why it is happening. That is intentional. Cooperation ends the process faster. Resistance almost always extends it. Calm silence, patience, and steady behavior help you return to the flow quickly. Most private checks are routine and procedural. They're about verification, not accusation or blame. The system values quiet resolution over explanation. Arguing creates delays and extra notes. Understanding this changes how you respond. How you behave inside these rooms often determines how long you stay there and how you return to your journey. 6. Why some passengers get extra time. Experienced travelers plan for delays instead of fighting them. I have watched calm passengers absorb gate changes quietly, while rushed travelers argued and created problems. Extra time reduces stress, and less stress means less attention from systems and staff. Rushing creates mistakes. Mistakes invite scrutiny. Airports reward passengers who do not add complexity to situations. Building buffers allows you to stay calm when plans change suddenly. Calm behavior keeps you predictable. Predictable passengers move faster overall. Extra time is not wasted time, it is protection. When you stop fighting the schedule, your body language changes. The system notices that change immediately. Calm passengers blend into the flow. Stressed passengers break it. Time is not your enemy at the airport. Impatience is, and it quietly costs you more than you realize. 5. The quiet power of politeness. Politeness quietly changes outcomes at airports more than rules ever do. I have seen gate agents bend rules for respectful travelers while denying rude ones nearby. Tone matters immediately. Calm words reduce tension fast. Politeness signals cooperation, and cooperation reduces perceived risk. Even when rules are strict, staff discretion still exists. Complaining removes that discretion quickly. Respect keeps it available. Politeness is not weakness, it is control under pressure. Airports are stressful environments for everyone working there. Staff remember who adds stress and who does not. Choosing calm words protects your options during problems. How you speak often matters more than what you say. Calm language keeps conversations productive. Emotional language shuts them down. That difference quietly follows you across flights and future interactions with airport staff you may meet. 4. How small mistakes stack up. Airport problems rarely come from one big mistake. They stack quietly. Slight nervousness combined with rushed packing and impatience equals attention. Each signal alone means very little. Together, they form a pattern the system responds to. Airports are designed to read patterns, not intentions. Fixing even one behavior can reduce the impact of others. Packing neatly lowers bag issues. Calm movement offsets ticket-related flags. Polite communication reduces staff resistance. Awareness gives you control where control exists. You cannot manage every variable, but you can reduce friction. Fewer small mistakes mean fewer delays and fewer questions. The system is not judging you personally. It is managing operational risk across thousands of people. Lower-risk passengers move faster. When you smooth out small issues, the entire experience improves without effort or confrontation. 3. What airports never explain. Airports rarely explain how decisions are made because predictability keeps systems efficient. Once passengers fully understand the rules, behavior changes in unpredictable ways. Unpredictable behavior creates friction the system is designed to avoid. That is why explanations feel vague or incomplete. Awareness becomes your advantage instead of frustration. Knowing what actually matters helps you move smarter through the environment. This is not about fear or suspicion, it is about alignment. When you work with the system instead of pushing against it, travel becomes calmer. Airports are not hiding information to harm passengers. They are protecting flow, safety, and speed. Understanding that goal changes how you behave. When your actions support flow, the system responds by leaving you alone and moving you forward quietly.
2. The one behavior that changes everything. Composure changes outcomes more than any document or explanation. Airports remember behavior longer than events themselves. I have seen calm passengers helped repeatedly, while aggressive ones faced ongoing issues across multiple trips. Internal notes are quiet but lasting. Calm responses leave fewer traces. Arguments create records and complications. Choosing composure protects future travel as much as the current situation. It costs nothing and saves time. A short pause before reacting often changes the entire outcome. Airports respond to pressure differently depending on how it is handled. Calm pressure gets solutions. Emotional pressure creates resistance. You cannot control every decision made about you, but you can control how you respond. Control your reactions and you control how the system treats you next. 1. How to move through airports invisibly. Moving invisibly through airports means blending into expected patterns. Dress simply and appropriately. Pack cleanly and clearly. Walk calmly with direction. Speak politely and briefly. Build time buffers so you are never rushed. Manage visible stress even when plans change. These small choices reduce friction at every step. The goal is smooth movement, not speed or privilege. Airports move predictable passengers efficiently because predictability supports flow. When you remove reasons for attention, the system leaves you alone. What feels like luck is usually preparation. Understanding invisible rules gives you quiet control. Travel becomes calmer when you stop fighting the environment and start moving with it instead of against it. Airports are not random, they are systems built on patterns. And once you understand those patterns, travel becomes smoother and calmer. So click any of these videos on your screen, and I'll see you in a moment.